I just do
We need a vehicle, the fastest vehicle that we could find in this industry, and that's what? Superior.
No matter what happens, there's always something to be grateful for.
After death, to be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath. I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread.
9.5 years ago, on January 22nd, 2014, a vision was born. A vision of freedom, a vision of righteousness, a vision of equality, a vision of becoming the best damn financial services company this world has ever seen.
Your belief will build your endurance. You know how you say to someone, hey, let's build your list. What 3 people would you call in the middle of the night if you had a flat tire or something like that? How many people use that line? Okay, are you that person for your people?
True greatness is shown through one's works and actions, the way in which you impact the lives of others. Greatness does not make excuses or shy away from failure. Greatness is hard, but folks, hard defines greatness. Continue to be great, Xperts.
Did my past dictate my future? So listen, I'm not worried about your current track record. I'm worried about where you're going. The past is in your head. The future is in your hands.
Woo! Great morning, champion CEOs and future millionaires. Let me get myself together real quick. All right, can y'all hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can.
All right,
yes,
cool,
we can.
Cool. Trying to get myself together. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome everybody to Good Morning Xperts, the biggest, the baddest CEO meetup on the planet. This is Executive Director Jacques Vaughn, aka Uncle Jacques, and we got a great show for y'all this morning. We are in our tip drill segment, if you will, where I'm gonna ask y'all 3 questions, but then we're gonna go into our pass the ball segment. So with that being said, what we do is we get some inspiration from people all over the country, from coast to coast, and we ask that you take 2 minutes or less to do your testimonies. Now, what I'm doing is we've been having the same people talk every morning, just about. So if we're going to keep having the same people, I'm going to switch it up. I'm gonna do some interviews. If that continues to happen, I'll just go ahead and pick 1 or 2 people and just interview them in the morning. All right. So look out for some new people, the experts, if you will, or the veterans here. Look at some new people, pass the ball to some new people so they can find their voice, so they can become the champions that they are. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start this thing off. I'm going to I got to do the tip drill first. So if y'all can come off of mute, help us out this morning. I got 3 questions for y'all. The first one is, team, how y'all feel?
Fire.
Woo! And what's up?
Cool.
And who gets a green sheet?
Everybody gets a green sheet.
Everybody get a green sheet. That's right. That's right. That's right. So who wants to volunteer? Where the hands at? Mr. Troy Gandy. Of course, I should have known he was going to step up. Between him or Derek Holston, always step up, and Marcella. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to pass to a gentleman who doesn't need any introduction, but I'm going to give him an introduction anyway, because that's how we do around here. Not only is he killing it, he is doing everything needed and necessary to grow his business. So without any further ado, I'm going to move out of the way and give it up to none other than Mr. Troy Gandy. What do you got for us in 2 minutes or less, sir?
All right, all right. Well, I'll say thank you for the master promoter of all things professional. And today, I'll just say that as far as my money making activity, I'll be doing more team one-on-one meetings to find out exactly, where they are in their business and try to get some of them out of the, from being stuck in the miry clay. And I'll also be attending this weekend a professional meetup. So it's like a group of entrepreneurs and professionals in Washington County and Hagerstown, Maryland, that I'll be meeting up with, and hopefully we can generate some alliances, get some things moving, and that's it for me. Jock, you were saying something? You're muted.
Oh yeah, keep doing what you're doing, keep inspiring your team, and keep that thing moving, brother. Who you passing that ball to?
I'll be passing that ball to the lady with the hand up, and she is a phenomenal woman that's doing some great things and is moving self out of the way, and she's actually getting out there and reaching and touching people and connecting and trying to reel in that fish. So I'll be passing the ball to none other than the executive director in the making, Miss Marcella Braggs.
Good morning. Thank you for that pass, Troy. Yesterday, Cynthia, Gertie, Tawana, and I got together on a Zoom call to work on a project that Takesha gave us. So let me tell you, we got to digging and going different places, and it's just so much that is still to learn about things, especially in the back office. We were in that back office and we were like, I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even, so we were learning something new and we were going along, and I like that. So we're gonna meet up again today and hopefully complete this project. And also I spoke with a potential client. I had the guy from F&G to run an illustration for me. And so he doesn't have Zoom on his phone, so I told him to reach out to his daughter so she could help him. And he's like, well, I probably won't see her until the 4th. I said, no, sir. How far does she live from you? And he's like, about 30
Right.
minutes. I said, so you will reach out to her this weekend? 30 minutes is not far. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I said, because we need to go ahead and get this business taken care of. So he told me that he make sure he reach out to her Saturday so that we can go ahead and get this business taken care of. So that's my money making activity for right now.
I love it, Marcel, and I like what you did where sometimes you gotta point your clients, point your prospects, you gotta point them, you gotta lead them, you gotta guide them, because if you let them kind of go and do what they're gonna do, what they would do naturally, organically, you gotta remember sometimes we give them information and they don't realize how much of a priority it is for them to be swift about moving, because most people think that tomorrow is promised. We all know that, especially being in this business, tomorrow is not promised. So great work on moving and kind of persuading your client to expedite the process. Good work. Good work. Who you passing that ball to?
Just trying to see. Is there anyone with their hands up, Chuck? I can't see them on my phone.
Nope, just call on some new people. Let's get some new
Okay.
people involved.
Okay, so I think this person is new. I haven't, maybe I have heard from her, maybe I haven't, but a future ED in the making also, and I can't wait to hear what she has to bring to the table. Jaleesa Bentoncourt, I hope I said your name right. Jaleesa, are you available?
Julissa. All right, go ahead, pass it to somebody else, Marcella.
Is that all the new people we have? It's just her?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pass this to our instructor who is giving out things that is really, really, really making us think and scratch our heads. And let me tell you, these assignments, I feel like I went back to school. But I thank you for doing these activities. Miss Keisha Carr, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Marcella. I'm super proud of you and all that you're doing and taking the time to actually build your business and build your knowledge in the industry. So I'm excited to see where you're going with it. So my money making activities yesterday, I began working with my assistant to start plugging in my CRM to make sure that I have my Hugs Media up and running. She was present on the meeting the other night when I was able to miss it. I was working on another group enrollment. So we're rolling with that stuff. I'm excited to see so many people that are interested in hearing what we have. On yesterday, I had an appointment with a young lady who wanted to meet me just for $1 million baby. She was adamant that is all she wanted. When we finished, she was like, okay, so I need to get my baby started, and then I need something for me and something for my husband. She said they were older parents, they were in their 40s and 50s, and this was their first child. And their first child was just one. So they were interested in getting started, and I was excited to hear they were purchasing a new house. And there was a lot of opportunity for us in that particular household. And I know once we finish, we're going to be able to get some additional referrals from it just because of the excitement she had once we hung up.
Nice.
So I'm excited to move about that. And also, I met with a business owner, spoke briefly about what we had, gave her a couple of brochures and talked to her briefly about some of the things that we were interested in. And she's like, you know what? I have $25,000. I want to put it in a IUL. So I
Nice.
reached out to National Life Group, and we're working on illustrations to see what the best option is. And I'm waiting to hear from Quantum to see what they have to offer as well.
Cool, Takesha, and you always making moves. And one thing I love that you're doing is you take the village approach seriously. You have a bunch of people that plug into your trainings. And one thing that I love is that you actually, for your team, because and we can have some courageous conversation, if you will. You were one that came on, and like a bunch of us, you put a lot of people in the business, and that didn't monetize the first time around. And what are you doing? Like, what are you doing different now to keep your team? And it's not even just your team. It's people in other agencies who are locking in and connecting and gravitating to you. So what is it that Takesha is doing a little different that she might be able to share, or that you might be able to share with the rest of the folks on the Zoom this morning that might be able to take some good notes from your leadership?
One thing that I noticed is unlicensed individuals, when they come into the business, they become overwhelmed. Because there's so much at one time. Get licensed, do your green sheet, have your VGO, attend this meeting, give me your sheet, give me your list, let's call you. And sometimes it becomes too much for someone.
Okay.
So what I've done is I kind of semi-separated the group. I have unlicensed people doing some things, and I have licensed people doing some things. Also, still following the plan, never deviating from the 120 agency plan and the onboarding, but taking it in smaller steps so that people are not so overwhelmed. What I learned with licensed agents, we were so busy saying, just do it, just do it, just do it. It's simple. They were getting overwhelmed with it, just do it, and not knowing what to do and how to do it and why to do it. I uncovered some things when we were doing some trainings. I had a 6-week series course, the boot camp, just for licensed agents, where we kind of hone in on the business itself, why we do it the way we do it, what this looks like, how to overcome objections, how to use critical thinking skills. And some of the things that I found was, even when we did the green sheet, they still didn't understand the green sheet. The green
Yes.
sheet to them was no more than a data collecting form.
Yes.
So what I did was, once I realized that they were not getting the green sheet and understanding what that green sheet looked like, I gave an assignment where I gave them a client profile complete with client salary, medical history, what the client particularly was looking for, everything that we would see on a green sheet, I put
Okay.
in a data collection form. And it's just a verbal, just some verbiage. They need to
Okay.
go through the profile sheet, plug in the green sheet, plug in the information from the profile sheet to the green sheet, and then figure out what the best option is for the client and then explain it. One thing we weren't doing was kind of like explaining our work. We was just saying, do it. And I know, it's like bring them to the table. And the best way we're going to learn is when we get to the table. But if we're not getting to the table, we have to figure out why we're not getting to the table. And when I started talking to these agents, some of those licensed agents were saying they weren't getting to the table because they didn't know what to do.
Okay. I love it. Love it. Love
We
it.
tried to slow it down just a little bit, and hopefully this time around it'll make more sense and we can educate people a little bit more and then get them to the table. Because at the table is where you're actually going to learn.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Keep doing what you're doing. One thing I was just reading in the book, The Who's Not the How, they were talking about becoming a hero for the people that you serve. Become that servant and become that hero by helping them get what they want, helping them. And that's what we always say. If you help somebody get what they want, you're going, by default, the side effect is you're going to be blessed. So keep blessing the people, keep serving people, keep doing what you're doing. And I'm loving the fact, like I said, that people are gravitating to you and you're able to serve them as well. So who you passing that ball to, Miss Takesha?
Thank you. Oh, I have one small announcement. Allison Von Brown, I think is how it's pronounced. She submitted her first deal on yesterday, so clap it up. I gave a challenge to everybody on my team to get on the board before the end of the month. That's either recruit somebody or put an app in. And she's the first one to get her stuff started. So clap it up for Allison. We're happy to see that happen.
Congratulations. Y'all come on mute.
Congratulations.
Hold on,
So
y'all.
Congratulations.
Huge congratulations.
There we go. I was going to say, I know we're not just going to hear three voices say congratulations. Sometimes I'll be wondering which call we on, which Zoom we on.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Get off mute sometimes.
It's cool.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Who you passing that ball to?
I saw 3 hands up, and I think the very first one I saw was Miss Tawana Chisley. So I have a pleasure bringing up a lady I have a lot of respect for. She is in this business and she is grinding. She's actually building some confidence and feeling like she's able to move. She's excited about going to Canada and moving to SF. So shout out to Miss Tawana Chisley. And Miss Tawana, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Takesha Carr. You know, my heart is with you. You are a phenomenal teacher and an inspiration to me. You know that. I have to shout out to Troy as well because I am practicing that 3-foot rule. I'm getting out of my way. I ordered some new business cards. They're a little small print, but I'm trying to figure out Canva. So I was passing those out yesterday because my computer died. So I was like, well, I got to work now. I got to talk to people. So I passed those out, and I called someone that has this a 401k that again has been sitting, and I've been trying to get her to do what she needs to do, and she admitted that she went and was talking to her financial planner, and I had to have that conversation with her again. That financial planners, majority of them are not licensed insurance agents, so they're going to try to move you in the direction that they want you to do, as opposed to what's going to benefit you, not them. It's going to benefit them and not you. And she started listening a little further, and I said, I don't know if it's me that's making you afraid to move. If you're afraid of me doing this for you, I have other people that can step in and take care of this process. But you need to really listen and allow us to show you the numbers. So she heard me. Let's see what happens with it this time. So that's my goal. That's what happened yesterday.
Well, Tawana,
before the heat got to me.
real quick, this is great. This is great stuff. You said you talk to somebody, and we I think most of us experience this. When you talk to somebody, they say, well, let me talk to my financial advisor. Now, there are two types of people that say that. Ones that really have financial advisors, and ones that want you to think that they have financial advisors when they have friends that think they have financial expertise. It's a big difference. And Tawana, you said something great, which is you got to be careful. And this is a great response that Tawana had. Well, you know, financial advisors are kind of skeptical of people like us, because if you put somebody into a a, a policy that starts to compound their money and stuff like that, guess what? The financial advisor, sometimes they lose a client, because their thing is they service the client by giving them advice, right? So make sure when somebody says that they're going to talk to their financial advisor or their financial person, one thing you should say is that person certified and qualified? Message, is that person certified and qualified to be able to talk to you about financial strategies? Because what you want to do is make sure that they're not talking to Billy, just any old Uncle Joe or Billy Bob, right? So that was one thing that it was that you said, Tawana, that resonated. The other thing, dang, it was something else you said. I should have
If it's
jotted it.
me,
She said she
It's
had a
her.
team. She had a team of
Yeah,
people
she
that can
got a
help.
team that can help.
A team that can help. That is important, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes when you're talking to folks, you got to remember that we're in a space where valuable private information is exchanged. And sometimes, even though people are close to you, your closest friends may not want you to know or be privy to know their personal information. So a lot of times when I have personal friends, a neighbor or family member or something like that, I'll tell them, you know, sometimes we exchange very, very personal information. So if you like, what I can do is put you with one of my best agents, and that way I don't have to be privy to your information. So sometimes you might want to offer that option to your client or your prospect, because you'll see that that sometimes can be why they don't want to move forward, because they may not want to share some of the personal information that uncovers itself in the process. So thank you for sharing, Tawana. That was great stuff.
thank you. Pass the ball
uh,
for me, please.
okay, so I'm going to pass the ball to somebody who is totally made a complete turnaround in the positive direction. She used to be kind of laid back and still laid back, but I'm saying to the point where she wasn't really asserting herself in this business. But here lately, in the last 4 or 5 months, she has been crushing it. So without any further ado, Miss Gertie Dees, what you got for us in 2 minutes or less?
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I love all the nuggets I get. So, yesterday I had 3 appointments. The first two, no shows. So, it was a little discouraging, but I was like, nope, stay in the car. The third one came through and we started writing the policy. So, with that being said, like Jock say, stay in the car, keep your foot on the gas. You may have some discouraging moments, but they will turn around. So
Yep.
that's my activities for
Great.
yesterday and today. I'm gonna get back in the car again and start doing some follow-ups. I've been doing them, been leaving messages, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep calling.
Great work, Gertie. Great work. And one thing is, when you setting appointments, this is the beauty of being able to set appointments and people don't show. If you're a person that's setting multiple appointments and people don't show, what's the thing that you do for the no-shows?
Follow up. Yes.
Follow up. You
Mm-hmm.
just put them in your follow-up basket. So you might have 2 or 3 no-shows, 4 or 5 no-shows, up to 10 no-shows during the week, but it's okay because you still got them in your pipeline. You can still follow up with them. It's better to have no shows than not to set any appointments at all and have nobody to talk to. So great work, Gertie. And who are you passing that ball to?
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I am going to pass the ball to um Miss Renee. Miss Renee, can you come to us and give us some great nuggets and what you have going today?
Thank you, Miss Gertie. It's interesting. I love what being said today, and I'm going to go back to Takesha. What I realized is that I knew the green sheet was important, but each section kind of tells you how to approach the sale, and I think that the more I talk about it with my business partners. We understand more what each section brings. So yesterday we took some time and we broke down um, protection, accumulation, and protection, accumulation, and one other. I'm sorry. And we talked about, what would we do if someone wanted protection? What would we do if someone wanted cash accumulation? Um, and I've learned things along the way, like by talking to the people, the people at the insurance companies, things like Renee, protection. If you write protection, then it is the lowest possible premium, but you might you might not have as much availability for loans. So I've just been trying to do that with my business partner. And yesterday I did have an appointment that I followed up with. Um, and the appointment, I did not close it again, but she did tell me she liked one of the chauffeurs, but she wasn't in a headspace. So I rescheduled that. I have another opportunity where I am trying to get the right illustration. So I think I'm going to lean on my coach again for more information on am I putting together the right illustration
Watch the clock.
so I can
Watch the
close
clock.
so I can close. So that's all I've been doing. And this morning I just tried to text people to follow up.
Now I got $1 million question for you, Renee.
Yes.
When you went on your appointment, did you go alone or was your coach with you?
So this time I went alone, but
Mm,
but I always tell my coach at because I know this woman. She's still in England. She's not coming till June 28th. And I know she's not, which is today, which is tomorrow. She's not going to really move until that point when she
okay.
comes back from overseas.
So I'm gonna
So
ask
I
a
always
question.
tell my coach, and she will get on if she can and
I
listen
got you.
sometimes.
I
Yeah.
got you. If you can, ladies and gentlemen, as much as you can, until you put in 10 applications, you should try to have your coach with you as much as possible, if you can. So great job, Renee, and great job reevaluating and going over the green sheet. Again, the green sheet is not just a, a, a data collecting sheet. It's a system. There's a system involved. So great job, Renee. Who you passing that ball to?
Let me see. Is anybody's hands up?
Nope. See if you can
Well,
grab a new,
a new person. Okay.
if
Um,
possible, a newer person.
so I have never heard this person speak. I'm going to call on him. He's his name is Samuel, and I just love to hear what he has to say today.
Samuel.
Samuel Osuku Road.
Oh, you know what? He's in the attendees. As a matter of fact,
Oh, okay.
um, any of the co-hosts, I need y'all to be helping out pulling some of these folks into the main room. So If you're in attendees, we're sending you some invites to come on in. But go ahead and pass it to somebody else until we can get them in.
Okay. So he's in. Does he want to speak? Samuel?
Yes, yeah. I just sent him a request to unmute.
Okay.
Well, guess what? For the sake of time, let's just keep it moving. Let's not slow the tempo
Okay.
down.
So I'm going to bring on.
Somebody actually has their hand up.
I'm going to
Derek
bring
Holt.
on a fabulous coach. He always has great nuggets to share, and he's just transparent. And I just love all the things that he shares with us. I'm going to bring on Derek Holston.
Derek Holston. And Derek, you get to bring up the man of the hour when you're done.
All right, great morning, champions, and happy Friday Eve. I hope everybody's excited. Troy, call my time. All right. All right. So I came in when Takesha was speaking, and I agree. I had to start really getting in with some of the new growth that we have to find out if they really understood, right? It's one thing if we say, hey, listen, go do it. It's another thing if they don't know what to do, then they become confused, or they don't know what to do and they don't do anything. So anyway, we got motion going there. So super excited about that. Working on my social media cleanup. I got my Telegram platform set up. Thank you, Uncle Jock. Appreciate that. I spent 1 hour prospecting yesterday. Okay, I really did. Just got on the phone, smiling and dialing. Three follow-ups with guests who have been on VGOs. We should have 2 coming on as new agents. We also got a couple of green sheet prospects. Have one client who I did a green sheet on, a good friend of mine back in January, and he's been so trifling. I love him, but he finally called me back, and we got him set up for his green sheet. His application tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Working with 4 agents right now. We're working on some promotions as well. It looks like we have about 3 going SFA. A good friend of mine who just joined has no clue, still trying to figure out how to get in the back office, but we got 2,000 in AP already for him. And
Sweet.
Go ahead, I'm sorry, you say something, John?
No, I'm saying sweet.
Okay. And we also have 2 SMs that we're pushing for before convention. And then we have 3 agents who are taking their tests. Michelle Assembly Crum, her sister Emma, and then Iona Fravel, who's out of South Carolina. But in South Carolina, they're actually required to go through 70 hours of time. So she's just waiting for that 70 hours to go through. And then also building some collaborations with realtors, because we have a lot of people in my back office anyway who
10
are
seconds.
pink. And what I'm going to do is work on getting credit clients from them for our Score Navigator and Debt Medic. So with that, I am done. Thank
I
you,
love
Troy. I
it.
appreciate it.
And Derek,
And
real quick before you bring up the soul motivator, can't y'all see Derek is a perfect example of somebody who you can tell is working. You can tell he's putting in work. He's talking about VGOs. He talks about green sheets. He's getting up at 8 in the morning, talking to some folks. He knows where his people are as far as their promotions. One of the things you should do if you have a team, you should be doing everything you can to get that person to their next rank. So you should always know where your people are and how you can help them get to their next rank, because that's important. If you got 4 or 5 people that are working and your main goal is to help them get to their next rank, guess what? It's going to help you get to your next thing. If you're an ED, there's levels of EDs. It'll still help you get to your next rank. So thank you, Derek, for sharing. And you get to bring up Coach Eric, the Soul Motivator.
awesome. Thanks, Jock. And I forgot to mention 3 people in the funnel for training to learn how to present. They wanted the slides, so we're training them